and welcome. This is Now Showing, the place where great cinema is celebrated. I'm Atika. Today, we meet the people who are changing the dynamics of box office versus OTT, and we meet a superstar who knows how to adapt with time. So, let's begin with the headlines. The Fabelmans is a stunningly simple documentation of world-famous director Steven Spielberg's childhood that warrants many tears and smiles. Hrithik Roshan shares life lessons and his idea of staying motivated come what may. And music composers duo Vishal-Shekhar talk about the success of their chartbusters from the movie Pathaan. Let's talk about The Fabelmans that releases in cinemas this week. Guilt is a wasted emotion, says Mitzi, played by Michelle Williams, to the son who is grappling with the newly known truth that his father was not the only man in his mother's life. Profound and lightly intense, and intensely light, Steven Spielberg's personal drama, The Fabelmans, is a string of character-defining memories, rare insight into the world's most famous director who has unusually kept himself into shrouds of mystique. While his 30-plus movies have mostly traded in larger-than-life emotions and drama, this one is at 150 minutes, an overlong trip down memory lane, very sweet at times longish, enduring and very sweet. It's a journey back into his childhood. This is Fabelmans, not the Spielbergs, but the vague details are roughly the same. The story of a boy discovering his love for films as his often dysfunctional family surrounds him at all times. We start with his first experience at the cinema as a 7-year-old Sammy in terrified awe of the film, the greatest show on earth, and then haunted by what he's seen. Determined to recreate the train crash that has filled his nightmares, to control and understand his fear, he begins a journey of home movies, both encouraged by his parents. In this movie, Steven deals with the trauma of depression, bullying, anti-Semitism, divorce and infidelity, yet never seems that dramatic here through his lens. The Fabelmans are a middle-class Jewish family living in various cities in the middle of the 20th century. Steven Spielberg's film about them centers on the conflict between artistic drive and personal responsibility, as well as the mysteries and talent of happiness. Cinematographer Janusz Kaminski creates the world of a family with realistic details. It is unusual to see Spielberg working with a script that's light on structure. The matriarch Mitzi, played by Michelle Williams of course, is a former concert pianist who became a homemaker and a piano teacher. As a desperate housewife, she once took her children towards a tornado as opposed to taking them away from it. We see the silent suffering of a woman burdened by people-pleasing, trying to be the best homemaker, mother to 4 children, and a wife of arguably a very boring man. She is indeed the cherry on the cake here. She is the prism from which or through which the story is told, and the person who makes Steven Spielberg the man that he is. From an early age, Sammy figures out that a camera can be used not merely to tell stories and make pretty pictures, but win friends, manipulate enemies, woo prospective romantic partners, glamorize and humiliate, show people a better self that they could aspire to become, shield the artist against hurt during painful times and memories, smooth out or obstruct the truth, and blatantly lie sometimes. He also uses the camera to have a silent conversation with his mother about the man she truly loved, and that was not his father. Making crowd-pleasing movies is Steven Spielberg's superpower. This fictional version of his childhood and adolescence is also among his most rigorous and emotionally intense and honest films, largely avoiding self-indulgence. Infused with family warmth, it is one of this year's most genuinely heartfelt films. The sharply drawn screenplay by Spielberg and Tony Kushner, his frequent collaborator on films including Lincoln and West Side Story, allows us to know the characters without telling us what to think, deftly feeding us information in vividly realistic family scenes. It's a movie that draws you closer to your childhood memories and reconnects us too with the watershed moments of our life that made the person who we are. Nominated in 7 categories at the Oscars, The Fabelmans is a must-watch. We tend to put our actors on a pedestal, making them look like mysterious figures. Rekha was named Diva. Mr. Bachchan was Shahanshah. Shah Rukh is, of course, the Badshah, as though they are infallible, unconquerable gods. Gal suno, bande hi hai na. Up next, we have Greek god Hrithik Roshan in conversation with me at his house in this throwback interview, talking about his house and his never to give up spirit. डुगू, एक्टर का जो एक मनोविज्ञान अगर देखा जाए तो एक्टर, आप जैसा एक्टर जो he is constantly propelling forward, उसकी दो वजह हो सकती हैं. One, that he is very ambitious and he thinks कि I deserve more, I want more. The second is he is insecure that God, I have a lot to lose, I can't stop. What drives you?
हाँ, तो ये वही बात हुई ना कि दौड़ तो मैं रहा हूँ, लेकिन दौड़ किस लिए रहा हूँ? क्योंकि मेरे पीछे कुत्ता है कि I want to reach the finish line for the fun of it.
Right.
Which one is it?
ये डर से दौड़ रहे हैं या ललक से दौड़ रहे हैं?
तो मेरे ख्याल से अब तक मैं इसलिए दौड़ रहा था क्योंकि मेरे पीछे कुत्ता था. मुझे वो काटने के लिए वो आ रहा था और मैं दौड़ रहा था अपने फुल स्पीड में. लेकिन अब लगता है मुझे कहीं ना कहीं आफ्टर सिंस अबाउट 2-3 years नाउ थोड़ा सा वो जो एक कंपोजर है ऑफ एन एक्टर, व्हाट एन एक्टर नीड्स इन फ्रंट ऑफ द कैमरा, वो मुझ में अभी खोजते खोजते सर्चिंग अभी थोड़ा मुझे वो मिल रहा है. आई एम एंजॉयिंग द प्रोसेस ऑफ बीइंग एन एस्पायरिंग एक्टर. सो या, दैट इज द फ्लाइट. इफ यू आर नॉट एस्पायरिंग टू बी बेटर, you will never fly because you will stay there only. कि बन गया मैं तो अभी, but you're always trying to achieve little bit more.
Achieve a little bit more.
वो little bit more में वो flight आती है.
हाँ.
तो I'm experiencing that.
You have a few things that cannot be changed. Those are a few blockbusters in your kitty. This beautiful house. ये बताइए, इस खूबसूरत घर में आपके कितने आइडियाज हैं और इंटीरियर डेकोरेटर के कितने आइडियाज हैं?
Mostly they're all my choices.
हाँ?
Decisions, choices.
This color is your favorite? It's the color of life.
Is it?
Yellow
I
is the
don't know
color
that.
of
I
life.
just like the color.
So you like a beautiful house to come back home to?
Of course. Very important. Environment जो आपका है, it should be something that that you like to be in.
मैंने सुना है आप ये दावा करते हैं कि मैं स्क्रिप्ट देखकर बता दूंगा ये चलेगी या नहीं?
नहीं.
नहीं?
बिल्कुल नहीं. फर्स्ट कॉपी के वक्त.
फर्स्ट कॉपी के वक्त.
जब मैं पिक्चर जब देखता हूँ फर्स्ट टाइम, पूरी पिक्चर, फर्स्ट कॉपी, बैकग्राउंड स्कोर, डबिंग, सबके साथ.
अच्छा.
तब मैं एक अपर रेंज और लोअर रेंज सेट कर देता हूँ. एंड आई एम नेवर गॉन रॉन्ग.
अब अच्छा, मतलब बॉक्स ऑफिस का अपर रेंज, लोअर रेंज, कि ये इतने से इतने के बीच का बिजनेस कर सकती है.
अब तक आई हैव नॉट गॉन रॉन्ग फॉर माय फिल्म्स.
फॉर योर फिल्म्स, या फॉर योर फिल्म्स. यू बिलीव कि सब कुछ लिखा है या काफी कुछ लिखा है?
काफी कुछ लिखा है,
जो एस्ट्रोलॉजी कहती है.
हाँ, काफी कुछ लिखा है, बट इट इज रिटन विद इनविजिबल इंक.
आहा, क्या बात है.
हाँ, इनविजिबल इंक है. इनविजिबल इंक को पढ़ने के लिए when you actually align yourself with the universe and you work hard, then that invisible ink starts to make sense. You can start seeing that हाँ ये meant to be था, ऐसा था. Yeah. So वो lens, that filter you need to have to see that filter of hard work, filter of perseverance, resilience. All of that gives you the filter so that you can understand. हाँ यार, this makes sense. Good things always have happened to me.
कोई एक फेवरेट कोट है आपका लाइफ को लेके?
फेवरेट कोट?
जैसे आपके कमरे के कॉर्नर में एक वॉल है जो शीशे की है और एक वॉल ऐसे है और वॉल पे उल्टा लिखा हुआ है जो सीधा शीशे में दिखता है. There are
two sides to every story.
Two sides to every story.
Yeah.
How nice.
Yeah, so it is very important. That is just something I keep these anchors, reminders.
वहाँ पे भी वॉल पे लिखा है should, would, could, no, did. Wow, ये आपने
मेरे बच्चों के लिए just good things for them to keep in mind when they grow up.
Yes.
हम लोग हमेशा मतलब बहुत बोलते हैं हम लोग कि अरे I should have done that, you know I could have done that, you know I would have done that, but they always these buts. You should not have those sentences in your life. You just do. What can you do now? Ask that question.
Ask that question.
Don't sit and regret. You know I would have, but you know that happened, so I did. So I don't believe in that.
Correct. और ये जो इंडस्ट्री है ये आज भी पता नहीं क्यों रेवेन्यू ड्रिवन बहुत है. रिस्क थोड़ा कम लेते हैं लोग. They want to do safe work, but not.
Revenue driven is a good thing.
है ना? Yeah.
It's a good thing. You have to.
In the West, people
business
are doing so much
different.
Meryl Streep, Robert De Niro, हमारे एक्टर्स उतना ब्रेव हो पाएंगे कि मैं ये अटेम्प्ट करके देखता हूँ, चलेगा नहीं चलेगा, देखा
होंगे
जाएगा।
होंगे. You give them a good script, motivate them. See, a motivated man can do anything. You have to find how to motivate it, how to motivate them.
Yeah.
एक बार you're motivated, you do anything. You can, if you want someone to do something, find how to motivate him to do it. Don't force him to do it.
You're right.
So if somebody had, like I got a great script, so much I was motivated so much, I had to do it. So you have to find the motivation. But it's a business at the end of it. So both sides are important.
Yeah. जस्तजू शर्त है इंसान की बुलंदी के लिए, मैं जहां आज ना पहुंचा वहां कल जाऊंगा.
बिल्कुल समझ में नहीं आया मुझे.
The wish is the first condition for a man to reach at the top. If I don't make it there today, I will again
try tomorrow. Fantastic, I love it. Super.
Hrithik, we all love you so much.
Thank you.
We all love watching your films.
Thank you very much. So sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Time for a short break on the show. When we come back, we have music composers Vishal-Shekhar talking about composing the music of Pathaan. Jhume jo Pathaan, ta-da-ta. What a chartbuster, actually a certified chartbuster now. So what went into the making of this one and the others after the break? Welcome back to Now Showing. I'm Atika Farooqui. Pathaan has emerged as this unstoppable blockbuster, which is not just breaking all box office records, but its songs are ruling all the music charts. And up next, we have music composers Vishal and Shekhar talking about the film's music, the pressure to deliver a super hit soundtrack, and working with Shah Rukh Khan in this interview with my colleague Vishal Chatkara, and also find out how their music is causing some damage to few exhibitors.
हमें तो लूट लिया मिलके इश्क वालों ने, इतन किया अब तक इन ख्यालों ने, नशा चढ़ा जो शरीफी का उतार देता है, शर्म रंग कहाँ देखा दुनिया वालों ने.
Congratulations for the stupendous success of Pathaan. But the name Vishal and Shekhar is now synonymous with chartbusters. As a creators, when you know you have a smasher of a song in your jukebox, and what was the waiting period like for you when it comes to release of the song? I'm sure it must be similar to the ones scientists experienced before the launch of a satellite.
I'm sure it's nothing like that. Luckily for us, songs are an expression of joy, an expression of love, expression of, we were having a really good time when we made it. Yes, you're right, the waiting period was intense because these songs were done between lockdown 1 and lockdown 2. And then the entire film was shot, then the VFX, all of that, editing, etc., etc. And finally, years later, the songs gone to the people, and we're just grateful that that it received the love that it did.
I think after so many years, Vishal and I have kind of, more than being nervous about it, are very excited about it, that our work comes in front of the audience. And the thing is, when we are making a song, we kind of feel the energy of it. We feel the energy while making it. Both of us subconsciously knowing that, yes, this definitely will make an impact when it comes out. And when you said we are associated with chartbusters, I think the audience is responsible for that. We just have a good time making them. We just have a good time. We celebrate our song when we make our song.
How many drafts or versions were made of Besharam Rang before arriving on the final version that we hear?
There were a couple of, actually Besharam, Hame To Loot Liya Milke Ishq Walon Ne, was the hook line of already existing Mukda we had. We had a complete different first line, the following line going into Hame To Loot Liya Milke Ishq Walon. And then we decided that You know, Vishal and I are very big fans of the way old songs were structured. They used to be very small mukhras, simple mukhras. दो लाइन उसके बाद एक क्रॉस लाइन और एंड में जो वो फर्स्ट लाइन जो वापस आ जाए.
And that was there was no hook, there was no chaiya chaiya or chappa chappa or word to latch onto. That trend started with these songs, chaiya chaiya and chappa chappa and so on and so forth. It started to become a more common format. Every song had a hook phrase. We specifically decided हमको वैसा नहीं, हमको मुखड़ा बनाना.
So we just went ahead with a very simple approach to the mukhra, where it's a shorter mukhra and not the long one.
And the melody itself is the hook.
So then after I think, so we kept on jamming whenever we found time in the lockdown. It was really difficult to kind of coordinate us coming together, us meeting in that whole lockdown thing. But I think whenever we used to meet for Pathaan, it used to be first of all celebrating that we are sitting in the same room. We all used to be masked up. We used to have sanitizer bottles around us. It used to be, and we used to meet at the atrium downstairs in the YRF studios instead of going into a studio. And first feeling the joy कि अच्छा हम लोग बैठे हैं, इस पे काम हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है. And then we kind of decided कि चलो let's try and make this again the mukhra, short mukhra, and then going straight away into the music and the antra. So I think that's how Besharam Rang was. There was many drafts, and then we came up to a draft which was a little more compact draft, which you're hearing at the moment.
You know, the expectations were sky high from Pathaan right from the day the first teaser was released. Now, you share a great rapport with Shah Rukh Khan, who was returning to the big screen after 4 years. Was that an added pressure to deliver a soundtrack that will live up to the hype around the film and also to outdo your own past collaborations with Shah Rukh Khan with songs like Chamak Challo and Darde Disco, which was actually emerged as the anthem of 2007, I remember?
I promise you, we love Shah Rukh. We've had many incredible interactions with him. None of those interactions has ever been pressure inducing. It's always been joy inducing. It's always been let's work for something beautiful. Let's work to make something that affects people positively. It's never been like ये success होना चाहिए या ये मतलब ये blockbuster होना चाहिए या ये मतलब opening लगनी. Never. That conversation has never happened. It's always been let's do something exciting. Let's do something new. Let's do something like so for whatever it's worth, like I was we were discussing this earlier as well. Our music is always made for the director, for and with the director, with the director's vision in mind. But for us, certainly to see Shah Rukh go through everything he's been through, and then to see him stand tall, maintain dignity and composure, and come back, this was it's a watershed moment for all of us. So for us to be part of that has been a great pleasure.
The frenzy around the music of Pathaan has caused some loss to the theatre owners. Fans are not fans. Yeah.
Theater में कोई पटाखे ले कैसे जा सकता है? You need to kind of that out. Like the theater owners, honestly, we are deeply grateful for the audience's love. We are deeply apologetic जिस थिएटर को डैमेज हुआ, लेकिन आपकी सिक्योरिटी को थोड़ा सा आप लोग चौकन्ना कर दीजिए कि पटाखे लेके कोई थिएटर में जा रहा है तो उसको रोक दीजिए.
That's what I wanted to ask. Fans are not complaining, but I'm sure, have you got exhibitors knocking on your door complaining how people have lost control listening to the song and enjoying the soundtrack? Then the few of them, I'm sure you have seen those videos.
The one truth about the film business is nobody ever complains about success. If the public is loving it, they'll figure out.
It's amazing to see the videos which have been pouring in on Instagram about all the theaters, people dancing in the theaters to Jhume Jo Pathaan as well as Besharam Rang. I think when you see those visuals, you just want to be there. You want to be like, I wish I was in the theater while this was happening. This is unreal. Like this, the love has been outstanding. So thank you.
We are deeply grateful.
Thank you to the audience. Thank you.
We now like to believe, and I think it's true, that each time you put Vishal-Shekhar, Siddharth Anand, and Shilpa Rao in a room, the outcome would be a super hit song. How would you like to describe your equation with Siddharth Anand, with whom you've only been delivering award-winning songs?
Siddharth, he is a very musical person. I personally feel and I think that the best process of his filmmaking is the making the music. He enjoys that the most. He loves kind of coming in with, and he's very familiar with all the new music all across the world.
We have videos, by the way, of him singing, recording his vocal on all the songs. कभी एक दिन उसको release करेंगे.
So he's also a global artist in his own right. Yeah. And Siddharth, basically, he's a very musical person, and he gives us a lot of
Galis. Oh, sorry, that's not what you were saying. Sorry, move on.
Yeah, please.
Now look, we are very close.
Actually, क्या है ना, हमारी दोस्ती इतनी strong है ना कि हम लोग कुछ भी कह सकते हैं एक दूसरे को या एक दूसरे के बारे में. But the thing is, to be like, हम लोग ने बहुत मस्ती की है, बहुत enjoy किया है और बहुत सिद्धार्थ के बारे में बोला है कि he does a lot of मस्ती in the studio and keeps on changing this, keeps on changing that, adds this, removes this. But to be very honest, he is such a musical man that he gets the best out of Vishal-Shekhar, always.
मतलब चाहे वो मार के हो, चाहे वो गाली गलौज करके हो, चाहे वो मतलब I'm not joking, we have had fights at a level which you guys might like. कभी अगर वो I don't think like there's no way that we can say this stuff. We've had proper fights. You remember during Bang Bang and all, there was one antara that took 9 months just working on the lyrics of one antara. Anvita Dutt was working on the lyrics, and it took 9 months for him to approve. And we have during that antara we have had career defining fights, aisa. But at the end of the day, everything is beautiful. At the end of the day, when that stuff comes out, there's magic there, and it was worth that time, and that it was worth the struggle.
You know, both of you have been judged on music reality shows. We see Vishal every week on Indian Idol. How does being part of music reality shows helps establish singers in terms of their work? Do you think it increases their brand value as an artist?
It's only the first step in any singer's journey. Getting recognized, being associated with your own voice is a great thing. How far that takes you depends on you, depends on your talent, depends on how much you're willing to work, how much effort you're willing to put into it. The same show has been incredibly beneficial for some people and not at all beneficial for other people. So it's clear that the show is not the objective. At the end of the day, the singer themselves and the way that they reach their people, that's the key.
So I think every artist kind of finds its own people who kind of follow them from their first performance onwards and gives them, like, our job as mentors on the show only kind of makes us witness to their growth from their first performance till their last performance.
So well put.
And also kind of enjoying the fact that their journey is kind of discussed. It's very interesting that I know Vishal interacts a lot with these contestants and knows about what you're doing next, what's happening, what you should do, and also both of us sharing our experiences with these singers also, I think, makes their journey a little more easier.
With that, it's the end of this week's episode of Now Showing. Don't forget to tune in next week. भाई मैं तो हर हफ्ते यहीं आपका इंतजार करती हूँ. Remember अल्लामा इकबाल's शेर, and it went like this: माना तेरी दीद के काबिल नहीं हूँ मैं, माना तेरी दीद के काबिल नहीं हूँ मैं, तू मेरा शौक देख, मेरा इंतजार देख. So every week we wait for you every Saturday and Sunday on CNN News 18. So please do tune in and we'll meet again. Till then, thanks for watching. Goodbye.